They say that beauty is within the eye of the beholder, but whoever designed these monstrosities must have had their eyes closed. Grab your sunglasses and get ready to scour the American skylines, as we're going to be counting down on our list today the top 10 ugliest buildings in the United States. Thompson Center. Found in the heart of Chicago, Illinois, the James R. Thompson Center was designed by Helmut Jahn, a German architect. He was the one who decided the best place to house the city officials of Illinois would be within a giant upside-down spaceship. It was originally used as the State of Illinois Center and home to the offices of the state, and hasn't gone down in prominence, as now it's where the Illinois state government does its business. With 17 floors and an exterior of pure glass, the Thompson Center is a prime example of just how divisive postmodern architecture can be. Avid film watchers may have seen this building pop up in movies like The Kid Who Loved Christmas or in Running Scared. However, I feel like I'd be running away if I was near this building, the Westmark Hotel. There are fewer things that appeal to me more than being told that I've booked a stay in a giant funky cheese grater, but that's exactly what the guests of the Westmark Hotel have to look forward to in Anchorage, Alaska. Ever since 1987, the Westmark Hotel has been open for business with a design that is meant to, reflect the personality of the communities they call home. Honestly, I forgot that Anchorage was even meant to be where Remy from Ratatouille lived. Get it? Because it's a cheese joke. Never mind. Anyway, look, the hotel boasts gorgeous views of the local Churchill Mountains and Cook Inlet, a 130-mile wide bay in Alaska. Though, I gotta give you a word of advice real quick. If you are going hiking for a great view of the last frontier, just be sure to face away from the hotel when you take pictures. The City Hall. What we've got here is the second government official building to make this list, and this time all the way over in Tempe, Arizona. We're talking about the City Hall of Tempe. Also known as the Tempe Municipal Building, this upside-down pyramid was designed by Michael and Kemper Goodwin and was built between 1969 and 1971. Michael Goodwin then pitched two rejected ideas and actually came up with a third idea for the building in the shower, which just goes to show you that not all shower thoughts are good thoughts. The shape of the building, although an eyesore, does maintain a warmer temperature during the winter and cooler temperatures during the summer, which I think might be a lie because there's literally nothing cool about this building, ever, at any point. Even the point under the ground that you can't see. Maybe next time just, I don't know, make an actual pyramid instead? Then that way you could make our list of the top coolest buildings in America instead of the ugliest. The School of Law building at the University of Maine. College. For those of us who did go, it was an amazing time filled with learning, drinking, trying out a couple things, but I'm not gonna get too detailed. Anyways, what it was not filled with is learning the law in buildings that look a lot like the cross between a giant rook from chess and a James Bond villain's lair. This example of brutalist architecture was completed in 1972 by the architectural firm of Wadsworth, Boston, Dimrick, Mercer, and Wetherill, who apparently had grand ambitions to try and take over the world on its completion. The School of Law resides there now, which kind of begs the question, what argument did they lose that they had to settle for this building? Seriously, are they even good lawyers? The law library at the University of Maine is now inside, so if you are studying to be sure to check out how to sue a building for making a giant eyesore, I think here would be the best place to look. The U.S. Census Bureau. As everybody knows, people who work in data have the best imagination. That's why when asked what witticism should be put on the side of the new U.S. Census Bureau, the employees unanimously decided just simply put the word census. That was all a joke, but so is putting the word in big capitals on the side of the building. The Census Building has been intimidating the Siouxland inhabitants since 2003, and we can kind of see why. Thankfully, the building does have some benefits, as it has won an award as a leadership in energy and environmental design. Personally, I have decided to award it the most obvious looking building in the whole of the United States. At least if you ever require to go to the U.S. Census Bureau, when you get to Siouxland, you can put the map away. It's kind of hard not to miss. KFC in Los Angeles. Now here's one where you're really gonna need to squint to see both interpretations. The Koreatown KFC in LA, which is situated at the corner of Western and Oakwood Avenues, as some people would say, resembles a giant concrete bargain bucket, whereas others say that it could represent one of the many chickens which KFC serves with their finger-licking good quality. Built during 1989 to 1990 by Jack Wilkie, who wanted to quote-unquote challenge the notion that all KFC franchises should have the same standard design, well, to an exact degree, he actually nailed it, as there is nothing standard about this clunky concrete chicken house. I know that everyone in LA is trying to be cool and all out there, but really, just stick to the normal KFCs we all know and love. In a way, Jack poses a very deep and poignant question. Which did come first, the chicken or the bucket? I suppose we'll never know. The Pirelli Building. Marcel Brewer, an architect, originally designed this building in two parts. The top half would hold office workers and the bottom half would hold scientists. The idea was that the negative space in between the two halves was supposed to help reduce sound, so that way the desk workers wouldn't be distracted by all of the mad scientist stuff going on underneath them. The building was purchased by a tire company in 1988 and then by IKEA in 2003, who wanted to destroy the building. However, the American Institute of Architects only allowed them to demolish part of it. Another example of brutalism, the building is now being turned into a hotel. Honestly, I think it is absolutely ironic that IKEA wanted to destroy it, because it really looks like a desk that I bought for them about 7 years ago. The Apex building. Apparently, US architects can't get the pyramid thing right at all. A grocery store chain called Apex had commissioned this building through architect Andrew Geller in 1969 as a way of attracting attention from the nearby Interstate 95. This sneaky ploy was a trick to get around sign restrictions, and hey, we're still talking about it today, so clearly it worked. The building also represents the company name as Apex, means summit, and it can seem to resemble the summit of a very ugly mountain. However, this is now the only Apex store in America, so it's clear that the grocery chain didn't quite live up to its name. The city of Pawtucket has been trying to acquire the building for several years, but Apex Grocers has refused over and over again to hand over their grotesque building. Motorcity Casino and Hotel. Looking like it came from Back to the Future 2, the Motorcity Casino and Hotel landed in Detroit in 1999. The Mandalay Resort Group opened the $825 million complex after buying the initial property from a bread-making company. For over $800 million, this building is quite a disappointment. Inside the tacky, luminescent exterior, you'll find 2,800 slot machines, 59 table games, 2 poker rooms, a 13,000 square foot spa, 67,000 square feet of convention space, a 2,400 capacity music theater, and a luxury 4-star hotel with 400 rooms. This all comes with the trade-off that you'll be staying in something that really looks like a building from a Hot Wheels track, the Kaden Tower. Kaden Tower was designed by William Weasley Peters, who we are assuming had no clue what to do with 3 separate project buildings, so he presumably just threw them all together so we could open the building in 1966. The building was first the headquarters for the Lincoln Income Life Insurance Company and was named the Lincoln Tower. Kaden Company's partnership had then acquired the tower in 1986 and renamed it the Kaden Tower. I'm not sure if I've ever put my name on something that ugly, but here we are. Standing at a whopping 200 feet, it is kind of hard to miss this Louisville behemoth of a tower. The building is said to look something that resembles a Japanese lantern when in the dark, with the light illuminating the grill works. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, transparent colored gels were placed in the windows to form huge symbols for different seasons whenever the office lights were left on. Personally, I would prefer to use a much smaller and easier, better looking calendar, but to each their own, I guess.